This story takes place in late 19th century Arizona. It's a harsh land, and people have to fight every day just to survive. Only the boldest, most brazen, and toughest as steel manage to succeed here. Our main character, Farmer Albert Stark, is definitely not one of them. A local criminal challenges him to a duel, but Albert is far too timid and cowardly, so he refuses. It's a deeply shameful act, and the bandit shoots Albert in the boot just to humiliate him even more. Albert goes on a picnic with his girlfriend Louise. But the girl doesn't want to date a coward, so she breaks up with him. The guy is heartbroken. Meanwhile, a man named Edward arrives at the local brothel. He brings flowers for one of the workers, Ruth. But first, he has to wait while his beloved finishes her job. Still, Edward doesn't mind at all. He takes his girlfriend for a walk afterward. That evening, Edward and Ruth visit Albert. The protagonist is trying to figure out why Louise left him. He really loved her. The characters head to the local saloon. Albert admits he hates the American West because it's an extremely dangerous place where literally everything can kill you. Still, that is not the worst thing that can happen to a person. Criminals, wild animals, hostile natives, natural disasters, cholera, and incompetent doctors. There's no guarantee you'll even make it to sunset. After getting drunk, Albert decides to ride over to Louise's house, even though he can barely stay in the saddle. The protagonist makes it to his beloved's home, but she quickly sends her drunken admirer away. In broad daylight, an old man rides through the countryside with a gold nugget in his pocket. He's surrounded by a gang of outlaws led by the notorious criminal Clinch Leatherwood. They ask him for directions to Sherman Creek, and the kind old man shows them the shortest way. Unfortunately, Clinch knows the old man is carrying gold and challenges him to a duel, thus attempting to steal the nugget in an allegedly fair way. The old man offers to give it up without a fight, but Clinch finds that insulting and forces the man to draw his Colt. A gunshot rings out. The prospector drops to the ground. Clinch's wife, Anna, is furious at her husband's cruelty. Wanting to keep her out of the way while he continues marauding, Clinch tells his sidekick, Lewis, to send Anna to the town of Old Stump. As it happens, that's exactly where our main character, Albert, lives. Anna takes the old man's dog with her. Albert is once again visited by Edward. We find out that it's been 2 weeks since Albert last left the house, or even sheared his sheep. Albert agrees to go for a little walk. In town, he spots Louise. His ex-girlfriend has already found herself a new suitor. It's Foy, the local shopkeeper. Meanwhile, a massive block of ice is being delivered to town for cold drinks. Sadly, during the delivery, one of the workers suffers a tragic accident. Albert and Edward attend Sunday service at the local church. The pastor introduces 2 new members of the community, the very same outlaws, Lewis and Anna. They're pretending to be brother and sister, claiming they've come to start a farm nearby. After the service, Albert stops by the store where Foy works. The 2 men get into a heated argument over Louise, and it nearly turns into a fistfight. That evening, Lewis and Anna go to the local saloon. The place is already packed with townsfolk, including Edward and Ruth. Albert shows up and tells his friends he's fed up with this way of life, so he's leaving for San Francisco. A fight breaks out between Lewis and the pastor's son at the bar. The young man mouths off to Lewis, not realizing he's dealing with a dangerous outlaw, and ends up getting shot. A full-blown brawl erupts in the saloon. That's what life in the Wild West looks like. Amid the chaos, Anna calmly sips her drink. A pair of brawlers nearly fall on her from the balcony, but Albert pulls her to safety just in time. They run away from the sheriff and his deputies together. Albert opens up to Anna about his heartbreak over Louise. Suddenly, a rattlesnake slithers toward them. Anna offers Albert to take her to the Sunday fair, obviously, if they survive the encounter with the snake. The man agrees. The next day, Anna visits Lewis in jail. The man is convinced Clinch will return to rescue him and isn't the least bit worried. But Anna hints that there might be someone in town who's stronger than Clinch. The Sunday fair begins. Albert meets up with Anna. They want to take a photo together to remember the day, but something goes wrong. Looks like the photo session is over for today. Albert and Anna head to the local herbalist stall, known for its magical herbs and elixirs. That's where they encounter Foy and Louise. Anna pretends to be Albert's new girlfriend and invites everyone to the shooting gallery. The arrogant Foy challenges Albert to a shooting contest. Foy is a skilled marksman, and hits every single target. Albert doesn't land a single shot. That's when Anna steps in. She grabs 2 revolvers and puts on a true shooting masterclass. Foy loses and begrudgingly hands over $1 to the main characters. However, Foy refuses to accept defeat. He hurls insults and publicly humiliates Albert. In a burst of emotion, the protagonist challenges Foy to a duel. They agree to meet in 1 week. Albert quickly realizes he's made a huge mistake. He can't shoot and has no chance of hitting his target, which means he's as good as dead. Anna promises to help him. She trains Albert for an entire week. At first, the man is hopeless, but Anna believes in him and refuses to give up. The key is to keep trying and look for other options. Daily training sessions are tough and sometimes even painful for Albert. But eventually, he starts making real progress, which means he might actually stand a chance. Anna treats Albert to some cookies, but these aren't just any cookies. They contain a special ingredient that improves the main character's mood and makes them giggle like kids. Meanwhile, Louis manages to trick his guard and escape from jail. The night before the duel, a barn dance is held in town. Anna shows up in a lovely dress, her hair done beautifully. The main characters bump into Foy and Louise. That's an awkward meeting, to say the least. Everyone forces polite smiles and pretends to enjoy lively Western music. Still, Albert dances just as badly as he shoots. Anna grabs a bottle of whiskey, sprinkles something into one of the glasses, and sits down at the table with Foy and Louise. She invites the man to have a drink with her, then calls Louise an idiot and walks away with her head held high. Albert thanks Anna for helping him believe in himself. The main characters kiss, and then the guy walks Anna home. There, they kiss again, this time under the watchful eye of Louis, who secretly sees them. That night, Louise asks Foy to call off the duel. He refuses, and just then, a sudden bout of diarrhea hits him. Morning comes, Clinch returns to the town, and Anna is anything but happy to see him. Albert shows up for the duel, but his opponent is nowhere to be seen. Foy is running seriously late and barely able to stay on his feet, struggling to contain a brutal case of diarrhea and avoid embarrassing himself in front of the whole town. So, that's what crafty Anna added to his whiskey. The man is forced to use someone's hat as a toilet. It's disgusting. And then another hat, even worse. Albert calls off the duel and says he no longer wants to fight for Louise. Yes, the townsfolk may say he's lost, but he feels like a winner. What Albert needs now is Anna. He heads to her place, but the girl isn't there. Clinch enters the local saloon with his men. The outlaw declares that Anna is his wife, and someone in town kissed her last night on the street. Clinch threatens to turn the town into a bloodbath unless Anna's lover agrees to face him in a duel tomorrow. Albert is shocked by the news. The protagonist realizes he must flee the town immediately. Clinch stays alone with Anna and throws her to the ground. He threatens the woman, demanding to know the name of her lover. Anna lies, claiming it was Sheriff Brady. Clinch senses the deception and points his gun at Anna's dog. Left with no choice, the woman admits that it was Albert Stark. Then she grabs a rock and knocks Clinch to the ground. She jumps on his horse and rides away. Anna returns to Albert's farm to warn her beloved of the deadly danger. The protagonist is packing his belongings, planning to escape to San Francisco. He's deeply hurt by the fact that Anna lied to him. Clinch regains consciousness and, together with his men, rides to Albert's farm. The protagonist shows Anna a hidden trail so she can escape. Clinch bursts into the house, but there's no one inside. Albert is hiding among his sheep, one of which even pees on him. The guy manages to reach his horse and flee the farm. The bandits give chase, firing at him and quickly gaining ground. Albert narrowly makes it across the tracks in front of a speeding train, leaps into one of the cars, and escapes his pursuers. In the middle of the night, Anna bursts into Edward and Ruth's house. She admits that Clinch is looking for her everywhere. The bandit kicks down the door and threatens the couple with a gun, but decides to spare them. Before long, he finds Anna again. Albert is captured by a tribe of Apache Native Americans who threaten to burn him, as they hate all palefaces. Albert, who speaks their language, tries to reason with them. The tribe gives him a special bowl containing a mysterious potion and orders him to drink it. The man immediately begins to hallucinate. He is taken back to his birthday and relives all the unpleasant moments of his childhood and youth. Indeed, his life has been anything but easy. Then, Louise and Anna appear in his visions. along with dancing sheep wearing mustaches and bowler hats. After that, the guy must open a door to his future. There, he sees Anna and realizes that he loves her, but to be with her, he must defeat Clinch. Amazed by his visions, the tribe lets Albert go. The main character returns to Old Stump and meets the villain Clinch in the town square. Both men draw their revolvers and aim at each other. Albert fires first and wounds Clinch. The outlaw knocks the revolver out of his hand. Albert stalls for time and even sings a dramatic farewell song. Clearly, he has something up his sleeve, and indeed he does. Thanks to the Apaches, the guy had coated his bullets with rattlesnake venom. The toxin enters Clinch's bloodstream and sends him to the afterlife within a minute. Anna rushes into Albert's arms. Louise tries to win her former lover back, but he rejects her and starts a relationship with Anna. In addition, Albert receives a reward for ridding the town of Clinch and buys even more sheep. A lot of sheep.